You think if you make the nonsensical crap you're throwing at the screen mean gay things that we're just gonna love it? Wait, guys, no, that's not, we shouldn't, no.
What if I really was someone else? Very far away on the other side of a television screen.
Okay, so this is the second time recently that I took a film from this list I found online of the best horror films of 2024, and I was like, oh, I missed a few of these. I'll take some of them down and I'll watch these. And it's the second one I've tried, and I'm just never going near that list again, because it is the second one in a row, which isn't a horror film, really, and it was bad. Isawthetvglow is about a kid who is played by a 14-year-old actor for the first 15 minutes and then is played by 29-year-old Justin Smith until he's about 50. And that must have been the most jarring puberty ever. It must have been horrifying for him. Anyway, also, Justin Smith is biracial. The kid that played him before wasn't. No, it's fine. So he makes a friend with this weird girl at school, and they become obsessed with this TV show, which is basically their universe's version of Buffy meets Charmed meets any Disney Channel original film from the noughties. And they get really into it, which is fair. From there, it's difficult to explain what's actually happening on the screen. I understand what all the subliminal messages are about, which are not very subliminal. Because there are literally times where Justice Smith is turning to the screen and going like, yeah, this is what's going on now. And I'm like, okay, well, that's breaking the first rule of screenwriting, but we'll allow it to go by the wayside, apparently, because there is so much else to talk about here. I gotta say, the first 15 minutes really turned me off immediately because there was so much weird imagery for... I got maybe half of it. I certainly didn't get the other half of it. And then the last 15 minutes was also just extremely off-putting. Like Justice Smith's laboured breathing in that final part. It was so irritating to listen to. And the voice they made him speak with. I feel like they had a point, a message to get across with this film, and that was the main thing they wanted to do. And they did that very well. The problem was that you could have done that equally as well in like a 20-minute film. And there was nothing else they were really trying to do all that hard. Like, I mean, I don't relate to some of the messages that were going on here for sure, but I can absolutely relate to the pain of watching back your childhood TV shows and realizing they're just not actually as good as you thought they were. That is a horrifying pain. So there are some moments of this that I really appreciated. Unfortunately, just as a film, the vast majority of the time, I just found it very difficult to watch, and not in a, ooh, this is hitting me hard way, in a whatever way. Like, it was, for long stretches, pretty boring, and that is a shame. It really dragged. Like, there is one scene where someone is explaining something which is dragged out so long that I was absolutely just... I just could not watch it anymore. Hardly. I was really... Beyond that, I also just don't think this can really be called a horror film. A drama, a message film, mostly. Maybe a thriller, borderline, not hugely either. I find it's a pet peeve of mine personally when a film is really jumpy. Same with TV shows. If you do a lot of like time jumps, it's just gonna like grind me down and irritate me a little bit, because you're just never getting to know the person that they were at any one point in time, because you're just trying to see all of their life. And I just believe that people do change a lot over time. So, like, you're not really ever getting to know one person. You're getting to know all the different people that this person has been over their life. You know what I mean? So that was very frustrating for me, that it's just super boom, 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 boom throughout. Like, it can't stay still for very long at all. And as much as I felt for the lead, at times, I felt for that character, I just also didn't massively like them that much, because even when it mentions things like, oh yeah, it's 20 years later now, I've got a family, never meet any of them. Is that even true? I don't know what's real. I can't, like, get invested in this, you know, as an actual film. It is just, it could be a poem and get the point across that it's trying to make as well, without making it into a feature-length film. And since the message is all it's got, I just don't know why they needed it to be this much, this long, this anything. There were a lot of things about this that really just kind of like grind me down, so I'm probably not going to be watching it again. I really want to get, I'm hoping over the next few years we see more stories with this kind of message, but maybe that are like a little bit more accessible, because this is on the far end of not really. So I'm giving How Do Non-Binary People Murder Someone? They slash them 2 stars. I love what this is trying to say. I think some of the things it shows and the ways it does it are wonderful. Unfortunately, while the message is great, as a film, as something to watch, I didn't like it. I wasn't amused by it. I wasn't scared by it. It didn't stay with me really in any way after watching it a couple of days ago. Like, so I'm just left feeling like, no.